I know there are a lot of materials that can help guide us, but I'll be providing specific guide on IELTS listening, speaking this evening. Okay.
Excuse me, please.
What did you say?
Please, not loud. I'm not hearing you well.
Okay, I said I'll be doing IELTS speaking tonight, and majorly I'll be doing giving an introduction to the speaking parts.
Where is it? Where is it? Where? What happened? Oh, where? Which fire break? Eh? Eh? You dey go my house? All right, all right.
Okay, so I'm back. We'll be doing the IELTS speaking. Okay, the IELTS speaking is for, I don't know if you've never had an experience of it. It's in 3 parts. Okay, the first part is general introduction and information about the candidates. So the first part will be general introduction, information, and question about you. Okay, the thing there is that the examiner will introduce himself, and then the examiner will start asking you a question. Examiner might say, my name is this, and read out your information. This is candidates number so, and with name so. So the examiner would read out your information and name and give out his own or her own information too. And then he's going to ask the general questions about you in relation to any topic. Okay, so that's the part 1 of IELTS speaking. So it's more of general introduction, information about the candidate. And if you can see my slide now, this is an example of question that can be asked from you. Do you like traveling? Okay. What is your favorite type of holiday? What do you do on holidays? And are there many tourists visiting your countries? These are sample questions that are asked in the first section. Okay, the person might even ask, do you work or school? So those are the type of questions that are normally asked in the first section. Information about yourself. Okay, this is another type of question. This one is dealing with the place you live. What kind of place do you live? What's the most interesting part of your town or village? So any question there is about you in relation to any particular topic. So those are the things you need to take note of. Okay, let me show another sample question. Okay, I think that's the, let me check. Okay, I think those are the 2 I've highlighted for our study this evening. I want to make some mental notes, though I will try to answer some of them, and I will want, if possible, if you can serve as a student that want to do the practice with me, so I can pick someone, or you can decide to volunteer. If you are going to volunteer, you can send a comment or just raise up your hand according to the norm of the class. Okay, so let me give guideline. I said do not answer yes or no and stop there. For example, if you are asked a question, do you work or study? You now say yes. You need to clarify, yes, I work. Okay. and I said, make a complete sentence. Because if you say yes, you have not made a complete sentence. Or do you work or study? You now say, I work. It's not a complete sentence. So you need to make a complete sentence when you are asked the question. So those are the things you need to consider. Okay, those are the things you need to consider. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, just give me a moment. So those are the things you need to, do you work or study? Sorry, just give me a moment. I want to get an information out. Okay, so let's continue. So just like I said, let me start sharing again. My slide went off. Okay. I said when you are answering the first type of question, the first sequence of question, I said do not answer yes or no and stop there. You need to make a complete sentence. Please make sure you do that, because there is a tendency for the person to ask you, do you work or study? Then you now say, yeah, yes. So you need to say, yes, I work. I work as. So I said answer in 2 or 3 sentences. The first aspect is normally short and brief. As a matter of fact, sometimes the examiner is so much in a hurry that he wants you to speed, he or she wants you to speed up. Yes, I say answer in 2 or 3 sentences. The other part, I say use alternate words and higher expressions where possible. Okay, alternate words. Okay, do you love, what's your favorite food? Instead of saying back to the examiner that my favorite food, you can say I love, okay, or the cuisine I so much love is. So you can use the alternate word as against the direct word used by the examiner. So that's the way to use alternate word and expression. So higher expression, if you say you are a big fan, do you love sport? I'm a big fan of soccer. Okay, if you a soccer aficionado, if you know something like that. If you don't, please don't go into what you don't know. But if you have higher expressions instead of the common return language that you're going to give the person, do you like this? Okay, my favorite. What's your, do you like attending functions? Okay, I like functions. I'm a big fan of events, okay, or social gathering. So immediately you're able to use alternate words and not directly the word that the examiner using asking you question. Your point goes higher. Okay, and if there are higher expressions you can bring in, it makes your score to go up in the speaking aspect. So that's the guide for this section 1. So let me quickly run through it again. I started and said that the speaking is in 3 parts. Okay, the first part is just about the general introduction and information about the candidate. Okay, the examiner will introduce himself. After introducing himself, he's going to read out your information and ask you, what may I call you? Then Now, note, it's a conversation. They want to know how much you can hold a good conversation. Please don't be, yes, it looks like an interview, but you are not being compared to anybody. You are just being marked against the standard. So you are not going to score low because somebody scored high. You are going to score high in compared to the standard that has been set. Okay, so make sure that you use good expression. Don't use incomplete statements to answer the person. Yes, it's more of a formal interview, but they want you to have a conversation. So don't make it too informal to the extent that you don't make complete sentences. And because these are common things that people do, they do not make sentences and they do not take time to use variant means of expressing themselves using alternate word aside from the direct word. Some people just use the direct word the examiner gives them. It's not going to fetch you much of a mark if you do that. Okay, and I said these are sample questions. I'm going to pick some people, especially those who their exam are near, to practice so that we will have a sample and I will give my comment. Okay, I will unmute the person with Samsung Galaxy. I don't know your name. I would like to know your name, please. Please unmute yourself.
My name is Kemi.
Okay, nice. Good evening and welcome. Because I never knew it was you.
Okay, it's me.
You're welcome, ma. Okay,
Thank you.
And I think please okay, I can see Afyong. I was expecting someone. Okay, so I want us to just do a practice so I can give a feedback. So I'm going to pick Afyong first. Okay, I'm picking them because their exam is near. And then I'm going to pick Madam Kemi second. Okay. Okay, so I will unmute now for Afyong so that Afyong can contribute. Please, okay, you can see the question. Actually, on the exam day, you won't see the first section of the question. The person will just be reading out from a paper from his or her hand. Okay, let's say this is the exam. Good afternoon, my name is Isaac. I'm your examiner for today and your candidate this and your name is this. How may I address you, please?
Good afternoon, Isaac. You may call me Afyong.
Okay, so okay, how was your journey to the center?
It was safe and traffic free.
Okay. Okay, so let me just ask you some general questions. I will start recording you now because that's the way the person is going to interview you. If the person is still chatting with you, he's not going to record and it doesn't count. But the moment the person tells you, I'm going to start recording or you press the recording, you know that you are on record. Okay, do you like traveling?
Well, I would say I love traveling, but it depends on the location and the mode of transportation I take, really.
Okay. So, okay, what's your favorite type of holiday?
I enjoy holidays that would, or time off work. I enjoy vacations that would take me out of my immediate location and allow me time away from work.
Okay, so yes.
So any
Okay, I want you to come back and reframe. Yes, those are ways to answer, but are there a better way to present it?
I don't know, what's your favorite type of holiday?
Yes, just rephrase what you just said.
I enjoy taking time off work and going out of my immediate location to new places, places that would take me closer to nature and off my immediate circle of friends and work.
Okay, that's
So
okay.
I would say that
Okay, what do you do on holidays?
most times I spend my vacation trying to catch up on um, reading novels and books I may have collected over a period and could not find time to read. I don't do much of a serious activity. I would also engage in learning a new skill or sometimes trying to brush up on old ones. Holidays are also a time for
Okay,
me to
this part is about
focus on fitness
three
and
sentences, maximum four. It's a short answer interview section. Okay, are there many tourists visiting your country?
yes, there are, especially during the Yuletide period,
Okay.
we usually have an influx of tourists, particularly to my immediate location being Calabar because of the um, Christmas carnival.
Okay. Okay, now the last part, I want you to be a bit composed because you are speaking to somebody who possibly does not know that a carnival holds in your place. Yes, there are a lot of influx of people. Yes, you said that into my hometown, Calabar, because of there is a particular carnival that holds there annually, which is a Christmas carnival. I've been there once. That's by the way. I think I enjoyed it. Okay. So,
Mhm.
so that's the way the question, it's simple, but you'll be gauged. So you'll be marked. So you need to just try and say it in a standard way and communicate and be relaxed. That's just it. You're having a conversation with the person. Okay, so I will go to Madam Kemi now. So the next question, you can see it. Okay, where you live, what kind of place is it?
Good evening, Isaac. Okay, are you talking to, I should answer that question?
Yeah, you should answer the question. I'm doing it as if it's a normal
Okay.
speaking interview. Yes.
Okay, can you recall?
Okay, I said the place you live, what kind of place is it?
Well, it's an estate.
Mhm.
It's an estate that have many amenities. And is closer to the express. Is at the center of the Lagos.
Okay. Okay, let me come in there. You said it's an estate. You didn't
Yeah.
start with a good sentence.
Ah,
Yes, it's an
okay.
estate is not a sentence. Okay. You say it's an estate. It is an estate. I live in an estate. Is that you say it is an estate or I live
Okay.
in an estate? Because one thing is that when you are answering the examiner, you need to answer the question properly. Where do you live? What kind of place is it? Okay, where I reside in particular, it's an estate. Okay. I use reside because if I can find an alternate word to replace where I live, it hands you more mark instead of
Okay.
repeating the language that the person used. But if you have no alternate expression, please don't say hem. It reduces your mark. Okay,
Okay.
so that's just it. Okay, what is the most interesting part of your town or village?
The most fascinating things in my village, we usually call Ojudioba, and we usually run every year during the Muslim festival period.
Okay, I can't hear you anymore.
Yeah, okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead. Please start again because I couldn't, you trailed off.
Okay. But this question, am I going to talk about my town, my village, or where I'm living? I don't understand,
The
please.
question
I
is,
need to ask.
what is the most interesting thing or the most interesting part of your town or village?
The most interesting thing in my village, or let me say town, I'm from Ijebu-Ode, and the most interesting thing is the Ojudioba that surely comes once in a year during the Muslim festival. It brings along lots of people, families, friends, and it's so
Okay,
colorful.
okay, okay, it's okay. The first part, when you introduced the festival, you didn't talk that it was a festival. You said it is Ojudioba. You know, you are talking to a foreigner who possibly does not know what you are saying. So you need to tell the person it's a festival called Ojudioba.
Okay.
If you have a way of explaining to the person, Ojudioba is a festival that normally holds maybe every Salah or Muslim during the Muslim festival. Okay, so that's enough. When you are mentioning any term that is not English, describe the thing to the person. Okay. Okay, what kind of jobs do the people in your town do? What kind of jobs?
Actually, I can't really say much about it. Well, I don't usually go home, but I know they are entrepreneur. They are more into business, and they are well educated based on the people around me.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you can say yes, just the way you said it. I have not really interacted with my town of recent, but maybe if I can recollect the last time, I think most of them are into businesses. You can mention example. Maybe they sell wares like clothes, they sell stockfish, they sell farm products, and some of them are now educated to the extent that they are taking up high-paying jobs. Okay, fine. Okay, would you say it is a good place to live?
It's very, very good to live in my place. That there is not much traffic. It's peaceful. There's a lot of attraction. Tourism can enjoy the place very well.
Okay, you said it's a good place to live because it's a serene environment. Okay, the traffic is not as heavy as those of big and congested cities, and it's the architectural landscape of the town is very good and awesome. Okay, okay, now that is the way section 1 normally goes. They are sharp, straight questions. You answer in 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, you answer in 2 or 3 sentences. Okay, so that is it. So now let me go into the second section. This is the longest part. The second section is what I call, okay, Tony and Omoyemi, well, I know your time will still come, please. I will still give you time to do some question maybe in the next part, in the next lecture. Okay, and this is the second section. The second section is what I call a monologue. You'll be given a question in a paper. The paper will be handed over to you. And what you will do is that you would have 1 minute to plan the question or to plan your response, and then you have 1 to 2 minutes to talk. Okay, it's preferably preferable that you talk for 2 minutes and you will be stopped after that 2 minutes. Okay, this is the type of question that normally comes up. If you can see the slide in front of you, it says, describe a tourist attraction you once visited. You should say when you visited it, okay, where it's is it situated, who you went with, and say what you like the most, maybe about the place. Okay, so you have 4 tasks to cover here. Okay, this
Sorry,
is
sir. Let me ask one. What about if I don't have any tourist attraction that I've ever done
okay.
for? What will I do? Will I just form?
You have no option but to talk.
Okay.
Okay, that's why I normally say you have to, if you are a reading person, you have to read wide, 1. If you are a movie person, you have to watch movie wide. And if you are a storyteller, one thing is that either one way or the other, somebody will have told you they visited the place, whether you have never visited in your life. Maybe through reading, through watching film, through people's experience, you need to narrate a story and buy it as if it is your own story. That's the way I normally tell people to go about it. So I normally say, please don't say, once you are mandated to speak about it in a cue card, you have to talk about it. The thing there is that it's not much about the big ideas you bring in, it's much about the expressions you bring in and the language of communication.
Okay.
Yes. So that is it tonight. Okay, okay, let's go into it now. Let me give the general guideline that I said about the speaking. I said you need to answer every task or question. Yes, every task you are given. For example, when you visited, where it is situated, who you went with, and say what about it you like the most. You need to attend to every of those questions. And one way to last, because you are going to be talking for like 2 minutes, is for every part you get to, please try to give some few explanations or embellish, so that you don't just finish speaking and you don't have any other things to say. For example, describe a tourist attraction center attraction you once visited. Okay, I had a family time out to Bar Beach on the December 21st, 25th of 2007. That was a Christmas celebration, and I went in company of family and friends. Actually, that day we decided to go to the beach, despite the fact that we knew that the place would be jam-packed, but we wanted our own fun. So you are going to tell other story, but in relation to what you have been asked. Because if you are just going to say when you visited, I visited on the 25th. Where is it situated? In Lekki? No. You are going to tell the story around the situation. Who you went with, in company of friends and family. Okay, I decided to go with my friends because I think we've been working for a long time and most of us never had the opportunity for holiday, vacation, or things that, or a kind of get away from work. So it was an opportunity to be in company of friends and yet to relax. So those are the things. You need to tell stories that will be able to elongate your time and that you make you spend your time Very well. Okay, what do you like about it? Because there are places where you have the opportunity to tell good stories. Okay, I think the thing I love so much about it, then you go into it, is the fact that the park or the beach was jam-packed. Well, I like quiet place, but it was quite unusual that day because I wanted a getaway and I wanted to be in the crowd. I just wanted to get lost in the sea of crowds that day, and yeah, that occasion did it for me. So one thing I love most about it was the atmosphere because it was unorganized, but yet it's had the fun I expected. You need to be able to tell story. It is your own story. Whether you are relating from one that your friend told you, or relating from the one that maybe you watch a movie and they went on a vacation, or you read the story, they went on a vacation in the story. So you need to be able to tell your own story. Okay, so that is the situation. So I said, explain each point. Immediately you are explaining each point, even the ones that are short with about 2 or 3 sentences. You are buying time. Use good expressions, higher expressions, uncommon expressions. Yes, get away, unusually crowded. Yes, what that people, you just bring them out to properly illustrate the event and the situation. Use alternate words. Don't keep repeating yourself using the same word. I went on vacation. I went on vacation. I was on vacation. No, you should have alternate word. Okay, find words that are peculiar to that topic. Okay, for most of us, if you can see what I put under here, I said you need to watch some of the vocabulary development videos that I have done, and also you need to read to develop your own vocabulary. There is no two ways about it because you will need it to help you on that day. Okay, I hope I am very clear. So I will want us to maybe practice now. I will call on some of us to practice so that nobody will hide. Okay, so let me see if I have some questions there, or else I will just copy, I will get some questions. It wouldn't take me so much time. Okay, so let me just go back and get question. Okay, one thing, okay, yeah, just give me a minute. Okay, so I will give about 3 people the opportunity to speak in this part because that's the part we are going to end today. Okay. Okay, Afyon, you'll be the first person to go. Can you see the question? Okay, I didn't copy the question well. Let me read the question. I said describe, let me recopy the question, please. I didn't copy it well. Okay. Let me just copy it again so that we can have a good capture of it. Okay. So this is the question. You have 1 minute to prepare. I said describe one of your childhood memories. You should say what it is, when it happened, how it affected you in life, and explain why you still remember it. So you have 1 minute. We're all going to wait for you. You're going to plan it. Okay. Okay, so that we can have a good example with done one. Okay, so 1 minute starts now.
In Calabar.
No, you are meant to plan now. You are not meant to start talking.
Okay, okay.
Have 1 minute to plan, then you start talking. Okay, please start.
Okay. My childhood evokes a lot of funny memories, which are actually very nostalgic. One of such um, one of such events was living in the quarters with my aunt and my siblings, and having to attend school or catechism classes after school in the evenings. On this particular occasion, which is like over 30 years back, we had finished from catechism classes and we're heading home. We were in this we had this group of friends, and we're like a pack. Went to classes together, came back together, played on the streets, fought. So one of such days, we came back and broke into a fight. The fight was so hot that my immediate younger brother had to leave us and ran home, only to get home and be asked about me and my other siblings. And from the story we heard, he happily reported we were out on the street fighting. He was given the beating of his life and asked to come back and look for us. And my auntie wondered how he could have left while he's engaged in the fight. So he had to come back and help us with the fight. And then together we came back home. It was very funny and still draws a lot of memories, even in recent times, because we still laugh over it and make so much fun over that event, even though we're all grown up.
Okay, it's okay. We talked for like 2 minutes now.
Okay.
Okay, that was good. Okay, that was good. So that's the way it is. You need to narrate yourself and narrate incidents and talk. Then if you have spoken up to 2 minutes, the person will stop you from continuing to talk, and then you go into the section 3. So, but let me see. I want to pick someone, but I want Madam Kemi, do you want to participate in this section 2?
Let me try.
Okay, no problem. I'll give you a try.
Okay.
Those who are participating, I have not called. Please don't be annoyed. These are the next 2 in line that want to write the speaking test. maybe this weekend, but next maybe next class you'll be having your own shot and trial too. But don't be shy on that day. Okay, I'm going to post your own question now so that you can see it. And so
Okay.
you have 1 minute to, okay, sorry, it's too wide. Can you see it?
Can you please send me a like a little bit?
I'm enlarging it. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, describe a newspaper or a magazine. You should say what it is and why you read it. Okay, so that's the task. You have 1 minute to plan, and after that, I will tell you when to start talking. Okay. We'll be having a third person participation. So if you want to participate, raise your hand or you send a text. If not, I can pick you, but you can reject. But please don't reject. Okay, Mr. Chima, I might likely pick you because I think your exam is going to follow after these people. I don't know. Have you booked your exam? It's like we've not agreed on the date. Okay. Well, I will call you. Don't worry. Okay, you can start talking now.
Okay. The magazine that I actually read is called Ebony Magazine, and I read this magazine based the fact that it's talk about more about womanhood. It encourage woman, and it add value to woman's life. It teaches on what and do and those of what a woman should not do, and also it encouraged me more on my day-to-day activities. It gives me an idea of what is going on out there, what I need to do, and what I need to learn. So I read this magazine in order to know more about things of the woman, about the lifestyles, about food, about home front, and even also encourage me how to train my children in the right path. Um, the magazine has been a benefit for me that I do usually mix every month, and I always advise my friend as well to read about it. And also the magazine is also very interesting. There is a part, the column that I actually appreciate so much, which teaches about the Word of God, and which also gives me more light, more understanding to the things
Okay,
of God.
you can stop now. Okay, okay, that was good, but I think you were mentioning too many information that you got stranded. While you were mentioning the informations that, yes, there were some places you branch into explaining, it teaches about how to train your child. You should have used the opportunity to give a bit of explanation so that you don't get stranded.
Okay.
It talks about business. You should have given branch a bit to talk about what it does talk about business. Maybe it gives tips and strategy for sales. It tells people, or it gives tips and strategy on how to start a new business. It will help you not to be choked or to start looking for more words to add.
All right.
Okay, so that's just it. So the purpose is so that you don't get stranded.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, that was okay. So I'll be posting your question, Mr. Chima. I know you are a very reserved person, but you have to answer this time around. Okay, so I will post it and I will unmute you now so that you can talk and you will plan. Mr. Chima, can you see the question?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so this is your question. You have 1 minute to plan. Describe a happy event of your life. You should say what it was, when it happened, where it happened, and explain why it was a happy event. You have 1 minute to plan. So your time starts now. Okay, Mr. Chima, can you start?
All right. My happy one of what it was. Okay, my happy event of my life was when I passed my examination. Okay, it's a professional examination actually. Okay, so this was an examination. This is an examination that you get to hear people say it's very difficult to pass. Okay, so but when I finally got the news that my name was on the pass list, I was so excited. Okay, so this happened. This success came uh, s- sometimes in 2009. Okay, so that was when it happened, and then it happened uh, not in any other place, but while I was at home. So I got the news. Somebody had to help me check the list and found out that my name was actually on the pass list. Okay, so why it was a very happy event for me. Okay, I would say I would call it an event is because uh, it's an exam I have actually been writing for a very long time. Okay, and then having heard so much news about the examination. Okay, I came into the examination with so much fear. All right, can you pass? Are you sure you can pass these exams with all that you've heard and all of that? Okay, so on that fateful day, getting to see my name on the pass list, okay, I was just so excited, and that's why up to today I see it as a very happy moment, and I call it an event for myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it was it was
Okay.
it wasn't like I expected it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, you answered all the question, but you were a bit repeating what they use in asking the question. When it happened, you were trying to follow it sequentially like that. I don't have a problem with that, but you need to have a way of rephrasing the way you present it, not to look the way it was presented. Actually, it occurred, or it was a news I received when this. So you can replace
Okay.
that happened. You kept using it a lot of time. So that's
Okay.
yes. You need to, and you also need to. You kept repeating exam. You kept repeating the scenario when you saw the list, when you saw your name. You should avoid repetition as much as possible, because it's going to indicate that you have low range of expressing English expression to convey your message. So you need to find a way of telling stories. If you are having a discussion with your colleague at work, I think you need to make a deliberate effort in trying not to be repetitive. That's where you need to start.
Okay.
Yeah, so that it
All right.
can get comfortable. try not to be repetitive and try to be diverse. Just have a conversation. You were very relaxed. I like that, but you need to alternate the way you present your information so that they won't be monotonous. Okay, so I will introduce the next idea. Okay, and then on Thursday, please, if you are having your speaking before Thursday, you need to let me know. Maybe we will still have a one-on-one. Please send information to me after this class. If you are having your speaking before Thursday, the next class, we need to meet so that I can explain the last part. Though I will give a typical explanation, but I want you to be prepared properly. Okay, the last part is what I call the conceptualization of idea. Okay. Okay, in this part, what you will basically do is that what normally happens is that there are often a follow-up question to the cue card question, to the section 2 that we just concluded. For example, if they've asked about a typical event in your life, they might come to conceptualization of idea and ask you that, okay, why are some events so memorable and some events we easily forget them? So that can be a follow-up question which will come in the third part. And that's why you need to, first of all, let me give you the guidelines for it. You need to generate idea based on your world view. That's why you need to have a very broad view about situations. Okay, they can tell you why are some events so memorable and some events so easy to forget. So now you can describe that, well, some events just stick to our memory because the brain just captures it that way, or the brain just refuses to let it go, or maybe it has an influence on our life. Okay, and you can say, well, event stays in the mind based on the impact it has. So you are going to develop the theory based on your own world view. And you can say, okay, we make a choice to remember what we will remember. The person may try to argue with you. You can still have a conversation because if the person is saying, oh, really, do you mean that, okay, we just always choose what we tend to remember? Okay, you can say, yeah, the brain might play trick. It is your view. But the most important thing is that you must be solid in your expression and you must be able to convey your message properly. It's not about you being right or wrong. Okay. So like the question I displayed here, I said, what do you think? Why do you think tourism is so developed now? Okay, I will open the floor for those who have not contributed. In this part, any answer is right. The only thing is that you need to be able to effectively express yourself. Okay, I will, Omar Yemi, I want you to give an answer to this question 1. Why do you think tourism is so developed now?
Sorry?
Okay, can you see the screen?
My network is hanging.
Your network is bad. Your line is even breaking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Bad. Let me go to another person.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Mary. Okay, Mary. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Why do you think tourism is so developed now? This conceptualization of idea, the next one, why do you think it's so developed?
Okay, let me try. I feel tourism has come to stay because with tourism you get to have more educational experience. Tourism is another form of experience in which I don't know. Sorry, I'm lost. I'm just breaking in
Okay.
and out.
Okay, don't be lost.
I know actually this speaking is one thing I had it in my last exam. So I think it's one of my strengths. So I'm not taking it serious. That's the reason why.
No problem, but nevertheless, okay, why do you think it's not a matter of being right or wrong? Tourism developed now, maybe you feel, okay, government is paying attention and investing a lot in tourism, and that's why it's so much developed. So in this part, you can give an example to support your opinion. Okay, countries like Kenya have invested so much in tourism, and that's why it's so developed in that part of the world. And you can say, okay, the present generation likes traveling and visiting places. They are spending a lot. So your idea is your idea. You just need to convey it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is it about this place. When you get to how, so that's it about the conceptualization of issues. You need to be able to convey your idea, your worldview about the issue, and then give example about it. So that is it for tonight, and for Thursday, we will going to repeat it, and for those who are going to have speaking test before then, if you still feel you need some practice, please let me know. I don't normally do the speaking in online class, but of recent, some people have been saying that they need it, especially those who still feel challenged about it. Okay, so I will maybe unmute everyone now, or if you can raise up your hand or send a text, so that if you have a question, I want the class to be as peaceful as today so that there won't be noise everywhere. Please indicate, and you can first of all try to unmute yourself, or just indicate. There's a raising up indicator, a raising up hand indicator, or you can send a text so that I can unmute you and you can participate. Okay. Okay, so let me unmute one after the other and ask questions. We are not many. Okay, Omoyemi, do you have any question?
No.
Eh?
No, I don't.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Chima. Alpha.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't have any question.
Okay, no problem. Madam Toyi.
No, I don't.
Okay. Olayinka Adenekan.
None for now.
You don't for now. Okay, but I hope the lecture was clear enough.
Yeah.
Please, if you want a recording, just tell me. You will get the recording. I will send the recording to you. But if you have also subscribed to the YouTube channel, you can get it there live and direct. Okay, no problem. What about hello?
That the last one.
What did you say?
The last lecture.
I think I sent it to everyone that requested, though I have not broadcasted it, but I sent it to everyone that requested. Please re-request. I will send it to you. Hello?
I got it, but I'm not able to use it.
You should, because it's on YouTube. You just click the link, it will open and start playing.
That was what I did, but it didn't open.
Okay, maybe there was a problem with network, because I've played it directly myself.
Okay, I will repeat if I have any.
Please recheck, and tell me if you have any issues with it. Okay, Akinola. Any question, please? Okay, Madam Kemi, you said you have a question. Okay. Please, what's your question?
My question, if they ask us anything that we don't know very well, how do we answer that?
The only thing you can clarify is if you did not understand what the person is saying, or if the person is not clear to you, the person cannot explain anything to you in terms of bringing too much clarity, because the question will be asked in plain, correct English.
Okay, like the clue paper they give us, if they ask me a question that I don't understand, can I tell the person that, okay, I don't know, or I must answer the question?
You must answer
Whether
the question.
whether I know it or not.
Yeah, the person will not provide any clarity. The questions are not tough. Please, they are not.
Okay.
They are normal everyday life issues and things that we encounter. They are not tough questions.
Okay.
Okay, so let's call it a day, since nobody has any other question then. So same time Thursday, we will be meeting. This week is just about speaking. Then from next week, for those who are joining and saying, okay, what's happening? It's a cycle. From next week, I'll be taking either reading or writing again. Okay, if you are still going to be in the class and you've been part of any of reading and writing and you have a challenge, I will give you the opportunity to suggest where to start, because maybe it might be your last chance before you write your exam. So let me know. If the reading or the writing is still the big challenge you have, let me know. I can start there. Okay, so thank you so much and good night till Thursday again when we meet for this class. So let me unmute everybody and you say your shout out. So good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Yeah, you're
Thank
welcome.
you. Good night.
Good
Sweet
night.
dream.
Good night.
Good night.